Welcome back to Kumamoto, and it's the Kumamoto Masters 500 event on the HSBC BWF World Tour. Well, after that thrilling women's singles, my goodness, two players back from injury, playing extremely well and producing an absolute thriller. We turn our attention now to men's doubles, and it's the relatively new pairing of Chia and the Olympic champion Wang Chi-Lin up against the two-time Olympic bronze medalists Chia and Sudirman. This, of course, is a repeat of the semi-final from last week at the Korea Masters. And with Chia and Sudirman going on to win only their second ever World Tour title, they obviously won that last encounter. Now look at this. This is from the bottom half of the draw, and a big shock in that the three-time winners in since the Olympic Games of men's doubles titles, Go Si Fei and Noor Izzadin, they've been beaten by their teammates, so we could have an all-Malaysian quarter-final in this bottom half of the draw. The defending champions are also in the bottom half, and of course the defending champions are He Ji-ting and Ren Xian-un from China. Well, here come the former world champions and two-time Olympic champions in the all-white kit, Chia and Sudirman. And as far as their opponents are concerned, well, what a wonderful start they've had to their partnership. Well, there you are. That confirms what I was telling you just a little under a week ago when they met in the semi-final of the Korea Masters. And Jill Clark, delighted to say that Steen Pedersen is sitting alongside me. And Steen, I was just getting myself organised there, and I missed what happened with the toss of the coin. Who chose what?
Chia and So won the coin toss and chose to start on the near side of the court.
Thank you so much. Well, let's look at the new player on the World Tour at this elite level. I know he's been playing for a little while, but Chia, the left-hander, turned 22 3 days ago on the 11th of the 11th. His partner, the two-time Olympic champion Wang Chi-Lin, 29 years of age, and both of them tall athletes, and both over 6 foot tall. Now, don't pay too much attention to their current world ranking of 59. They've only played 6 tournaments towards their world ranking. And in the very first round, they beat Lo and Ng from Malaysia to book their place in this second round encounter. So 6 previous tournaments, 3 semi-finals for the new pair from Chinese Taipei. As I was saying, that's a pretty impressive start. Chia is 27 years of age from the ancient city of Malacca. He and his partner did spend a total of 20 weeks across 3 different spells at world number 2. This is their second appearance at the Kumamoto Masters, and that means they played them all, because last year was the first ever Kumamoto Masters. So is back from injury, and we're delighted to have him back, the 26-year-old from the Malaysian capital of Kuala Lumpur. A year ago, they lost in the second round when they were the number 4 seeds. They're the number 4 seeds again this year. And they had a bit of a struggle in the opening round against Daniel Lungor and Mads Vestergaard, coming from a game down before winning the deciding game very comfortably indeed, 21-9, that deciding game. John Yoyan from Bahrain is our umpire for this one. Emi Sakamoto from Japan is our service judge. Well, it's never easy stepping into the shoes of a two-time Olympic champion to form a new partnership. But that's what Chia has been required to do. That's the Malaysian coach, Tan Beng Sheng. Tan Beng Sheng, of course, a former wonderful player himself, men's doubles player.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chia and Sovo Yik, Malaysia. And on my left, Chiu and Wang Chi-Lin, Chinese Taipei. Chia to serve to Wang Chi-Lin. Love all. Play.
So the former world champions Chia and Sovo near side of the court, getting the second round encounter underway. Steen, I was mentioning that it's never easy to step into form a new partnership. Chia, playing with the two-time Olympic champion. I think he's made a remarkable start.
He has, especially since we must expect that the shoes of Li Yang was way too small for him, given the height difference.
Good point.
Yeah,
he's 6'2.5", isn't he? He's a tall man.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, there's definitely some potential when you have a men's doubles where Wang Chi-Lin is the least dangerous from the backcourt.
Yes. But of course, Wang Chi-Lin has to get himself organised as well, doesn't he? Because he's not used to playing with a lefty.
No.
Service over. 2, 3.
Both the players from Chinese Taipei did actually play this event last year, but of course they were with different partners. They both actually lost in the first round. Chiu, playing with Yang Si, lost to the eventual champions, He Jiting and Ren Xianyu. And a year ago, Wang Chi-Lin, playing with his Olympic gold medal partner, Li Yang, lost to their opponents of today.
Wow. Yeah, they were surprised. They won the Olympics twice as a surprise, Wang Chi-Lin and Li Yang, because following Wang Chi-Lin's sort of hiatus after their first Olympic win, they were struggling, refinding form. Apparently, all it took was the Olympic rings to flash in the background, and then they were there.
Absolutely. And it's a special trait, isn't it? The players who can raise their game come the big tournament, the big event.
Exactly, and it's also like sort of, sometimes we see older players, well, they are a little bit fluctuating in terms of results, especially in lower rated events, because they've been there, done that before, so it takes something extra to get the best out of them.
That's lovely attacking play, isn't it?
That's fireworks.
7-4. Service over. 5-7.
Well, I was saying that Soe was back from injury. He had a foot injury.
Yeah.
And did he actually have an operation on it?
I'm not sure.
No, I'm not totally sure.
I sat next to him on the bus coming here today. I should have asked him about that.
Service over.
Yeah. It's very slack of you, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lovely shot, my goodness. Oh, well, there's a challenge here.
Challenges called in.
Now, I saw that as in. Matters not what I think, though. Yeah, and the line judge was right.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
Never easy for a pair, having
9-5.
the elation of winning
Play.
last Sunday in the last tournament they played, the Korea Masters, the Malaysian
Forward.
pair. Only their second ever World Tour title, despite
9.
the fact that they're 2 times Olympic bronze medalists and former world champions. They haven't really excelled in the World Tour so far. Lot of travel. You don't have time to celebrate, and then you've got to get straight back to business.
Yeah,
It's tough.
Exactly. Who was challenging this one here? That was a clear winner, the way I saw it.
Well, yeah, it was clearly that's a most peculiar challenge. They've got no challenges left.
No challenges remaining.
Well,
That's extraordinary.
if that was so weak, then they've
10,
fixed his foot,
6.
but the eyesight is still bad. I guess
11-6 under.
I will take it after the interval.
Yes, it's a healthy lead. It's a 5-point advantage as far as the unseeded pair Chia and Wang Chi-Lin are concerned here at the mid-game interval of the opening game.
Court 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So, as I was saying, just before the mid-game interval, it's a very healthy lead, a 5-point advantage to Chia and Wang Chi-Lin.
Play.
You were going to make a point about the Malaysians, I think, Steve.
Yeah, that was playing again after the win last week, and I think being out with an injury like Sudirman was, and then coming back and getting that win, I think that sort of like fuels your self-confidence, and you really want to get on and play more. And even though they missed a couple of tournaments, they're still in it with a chance of qualifying for the World Tour Finals, which could also be a goal. They originally ditched that goal and said, okay, we're not going to make it, but we're going to focus on the recovery of Sudirman and make sure that he's long-term sustainable.
Yeah, you make a very interesting point there, because at the moment they are number 10 on the race to the World Tour Finals, this Malaysian pair. There's 2 Malaysian pairs above them, but the 2 Malaysian pairs above them have each already played 15 tournaments, whereas Chia and Sudirman have only played 10. So it's the best 14 results. So whatever points they get just get added to their total. So there is a good chance that they could overtake.
There is a chance, because the other 2 pairs will have to sort of like deduct their 2 worst results and then add their points, so they can score less points compared to So and Chia if they make the same results in these 2 tournaments.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't expecting this, I have to say. I know that I have been singing the praises of this new pair from Taipei, but a 10-point advantage in this opening game.
It's a little bit surprising, but it was the Malaysians who chose ends, and normally we see, I have a feeling that the pair from Chinese Taipei is playing with the drift, that Chia and So is playing up against the drift, and normally we see players choosing this near end to be the better side. I'm not sure it's the case today.
7-17.
It looks to me as if it's Nice playing conditions, though. I don't think
I
there's
think
much.
I think it's very good playing conditions, considering that there still is some drift, but also the shuttle speed is good.
Yes. Makes for fast, exciting rallies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we have a little bit sideways drift as well from left to right.
Left to right as we look down on the court.
As we look down, yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Oh, service fault called too high.
18.
But again, nothing that disturbs the play too much. It's not all about the drift, but I would expect to see Chia and So make a comeback here in the second game. They haven't really got their game going. Boy, that's fantastic.
Yeah, well taken.
Played that with the forehand close to his right shoulder height there, Chiu.
Game point opportunities.
Out.
Service error.
Service over. 9-20.
Little too steep under the net.
20.
I think that's 3 sloppy points, in all honesty.
They're getting ready for, in their minds, they're getting ready for the second game. Wow.
21-11.
First game won by Chiu and Wang Chi-Lin, 21-11.
Umpire confirms that scoreline, and can you believe that's only 11 minutes for that opening game. Total domination by Chia and Wang Chi-Lin.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Ready? Second game. Love all. Play.
Well, the unseeded new pairing of Chia and Wang Chi-Lin was simply outstanding in that opening game against the 2022 World Champions, Chia and So. No doubt the Malaysians have got to try and up their game for this second game. Steen, you know how I love my history of these events and so on. Well, of course, there is no history to talk of because this is only the second ever Kumamoto Masters.
That's right.
So I've come up with a bit of a random fun fact for you.
Okay.
And Chia and So, as we know, are the number 4 seeds. Good rally. Super play by the Malaysians. Number 4 seed. So I thought I would look back at Super 500 over the years since 2018 and the first of the World Tour events. How many number 4 seeds do you think have won men's doubles titles? We've had 40.
40 tournaments.
40 Super 500 tournaments in that period.
Okay, so Super 500s. There's.
You don't have to. Just a random guess will do.
Oh, okay. So I'm not allowed to think. 8.
1.
1.
1. And that was Kim Astrup and Anders Rasmussen last year at the Arctic Open. Can you believe that? That's extraordinary, isn't it?
How many has been won by the... do you have that number? How many has been won by number 1 and 2?
I will have to look it up
okay,
for you.
yeah, no problem, no problem. That was my... I was trying to calculate and saying, okay, it's not all the top players that are playing, so the number 1 and 2 might be considerably better than number 3 and 4 and the 5-8 seeds and stuff like that, but only 1.
Only 1. I knew you'd like that one, Steen.
Yeah.
So another challenge. This time by the pair from Taipei. Oh, that's way out.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining.
We have to say they play remarkably well for the eyesight that they're displaying. That's a good shot from Wang, Chi-Lin.
3, 4. Service over.
Tactically, what do you think the Malaysians should be trying to focus on in this second game?
I think they need to focus on the front court and win the service situation. They, the way I see it, should try and get the lifts here from this side. I was wondering why they were choosing to start on the near side in the first game, and I was thinking, well, basically you don't want to lift to the 2 players from Chinese Taipei. You don't want to lift because they're so powerful in their attack. So it doesn't really matter that you can lift from the near side here, because you don't want to, because you're facing a super strong attack, which makes it perhaps for the Malaysians the non-preferred side, the near side here. So now they're playing on the preferred side. They get a little bit of help in their attack. They need to win the front court, and whenever Wang, Chi-Lin and Chiu, when they're smashing, their smashes get stopped a little bit and so on. So that must be the way that they've reasoned.
6.
Late on that one, so we
6 all.
excellent.
7, 6.
Chiu and Wang really ready in the flat game.
Service over. 7 all. Ready? Eight, 7. Service over. 8 all.
Steve, just quickly to answer your question, 11 number one seeds won men's doubles over the previous 4,500s, and only 3 number two seeds.
Wow, so there's been a lot of surprises in those Super 500 events.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that just proves your point about the drift, doesn't it?
This is one of the situations that Chia and Wang Chi-Lin has got to figure out how are they going to solve this, not only in this match, but coming forward. Being two players that are super strong on the backcourt, but perhaps none of them really a force on the front court. I mean, it's not like they can't play on the front court. We've seen that, of course, with Wang Chi-Lin over and over again. But it's not where he would prefer to be. So how are they going to tailor their game?
Service over. 10 all.
Only 20 minutes played. And we're at the mid-game interval of the second game. Remarkable. The advantage with Chia and Wang Chi-Lin, having already won the opening game, and the 1 point advantage here in the second.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, it's pretty much crunch time for the Malaysians, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've got to up their game to progress through to the quarter-final here in Kumamoto. That's a beauty, isn't it?
12-10.
He's got lovely skills from the front of the court, Wang Chi-Lin, which, of course, we saw when he was playing with Li Yang, but because Li Yang wanted to go to the net more often, we didn't see them as much as we're seeing them now.
No. And that was one of the reasons that they could win those 2 Olympics, that they could play in the opposite formation. They could play quite well. And now, when he's standing at the front court, Wang Chi-Lin, he's got even more firepower from the backcourt.
Service over. 13,
what I saw last week in Korea Masters, I didn't see the particular match between these two, but the shuttles and the playing conditions seemed a lot slower back then.
Yeah, I didn't see too much of it, but I agree with you. What I did see, I thought it was slower playing conditions.
Yeah. And this is very close to panic mode for the former world champions.
15-11.
They look a little bit disheartened.
So does the coach.
Yeah, he's not really active, and normally you would be super active if you were 1 game and 16-11 down.
16,
trying to
11.
Come up with something. I don't think they've got it.
No.
The Malaysians. I don't think they can really resist.
So it's over. 12,
the firepower of Chiu and Wang today.
Lucky net cord for Wang
Chi-Lin. Over. 17-12.
That's amazing. They're pouncing on everything.
Everything.
Magnificent. By Chiu and Wang. That's a super return of serve from Chia.
So if we should sort of compare them to previous strong double pairings, that would be the Twin Towers, in my opinion, with that much firepower. Lee Junhui and Liu Chen.
Wow, that's praise indeed.
Yeah, and also Kim Dong-moon and Ha-Tae-kwon, the former Olympic champions, two players who also had their strength on the backcourt mainly, but eventually figured out how to cope with it.
20, match point, 30.
Well, 25 minutes into the match, and match point opportunities, 7 of them for Chiu and Wang. Only needed the one. 21-11, 21-13. Absolutely extraordinary. That may get rounded up to 26 minutes, but on the scoreboard in the arena here, it's got 25 minutes. Wow, that was impressive.
It was.
21-11, 21-13.
Umpire just confirming that scoreline. And what a reversal to the semi-final a week ago. This is the final rally. Sharp at the front of the court. And as Steen was saying, anything that pushed to half court or to the back was pounced on. Confirmation that Chia and Wang Chi-Lin are through to the quarter-final. 21-11, 21-13. Welcome back to Kumamoto, and after the men's doubles we will